Hi and welcome to Studio SN. My name is Sara Naumann and today I wanted to show you a resist technique with embossing inks and pigment inks. I'm all about a good resist technique for stamping, and this one is so fun and really easy to do. You can see here on my background this beautiful stamped area here. This has been stamped with a watermark resist ink pad or an embossing ink. And then the beautiful purple on here, well, this is a Color Box Clearsnap Chalk Ink pad, and this is in Plumeria, which is one of my super favorite colors. Together, the two of them create a beautiful resist that is really easy to do. So the first thing you're going to need is a piece of glossy white cardstock, and you're going to be stamping on here. So of course you need your stamps as well. And I'm using stamps that I designed for Paper Artsy. This is from the Eclectica line. All of the stamps that I used on my project are from this set. So we're going to start with this script letter down here at the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and ink it up with my watermark resist ink pad. So it's going to be a little tricky for you to see, so you're going to have to trust me a little bit on this one. When I stamp it down here, going a little bit off the side, off the edge, when I lift that off, you could probably hear that. I'll have to tilt it a little bit. Hopefully you can see some of it as I'm wiggling this. Well, this is clear on white, so it's a little bit tricky to see, but hopefully you can see it a little bit better on a piece where I've stamped all of the design onto it. So as I'm wiggling this, maybe you can see a little bit better. Once you stamp all of your images or your quotations and sentiments using the watermark ink pad, you do need to let it dry really thoroughly before you move on to the next step. And that's going to be to apply your Plumeria ink. And you really want a nice juicy ink pad for this. The chalk inks work beautifully. So what I'm going to do is simply take the ink pad, turn it over, and I'm going to squash it right down on here. And you can see already some of the stamped area showing through on here. So I'm just going to squash all of that color on, going around. And if you're concerned about stamping and getting the shape of the ink pad, what I also like to do is take a little brayer and kind of smooth that out a little bit. And then you won't get the shape of the ink pad as your focal image. Now, once I have this all inked up and you can see how that's beautifully resisted, I'll just take a dry tissue or a cloth and come in here and buff away any excess ink. And then I can also kind of clean my craft sheet while I'm at it too. And there you have it. Super simple, very easy resist technique. Now I want to bring back in my original card and show something else to you, because you'll notice on here the gold metallic background. Well, this is a gold metallic shimmer sheet. And I'm going to bring in a piece that has already been partially embossed because I want to share this little tip with you. I've worked with Shimmer Sheetz on the Studio SN before, and people really like them. So I wanted to bring them back and show you another technique. When you get your Shimmer Sheetz, it's going to be this flat look right here. This is an area that I've embossed, and I embossed it with my Cuttlebug. This is a textile tapestry design. So what you'll do is simply insert this into the embossing folder and then run it through your embossing or your die cut machine. Now the plate is not as wide as the shimmer sheet, and it's not as wide as I wanted it to be. So I ran it through one time, and then because this is clear, you can go back and sort of realign the pattern together and then run it through a second time so that you're able to get the continuing pattern on this other area that has not been embossed. So that's a little trick for you to keep in mind as you're doing your Shimmer Sheetz and your embossing, because then you can get a piece of Shimmer Sheetz that's completely embossed with a continuous pattern that fills your entire card, rather than being limited to just this width of the shimmer sheet or the embossing plate. So after I went ahead and embossed that, I put it down onto the front of my card with the resisted focal on here. I've got some sheer ribbon and then a couple more of the stamped sentiments on here. That little postmark is cut out and then popped up onto a bit of foam tape with a gold brad on there. So this is how to create a resist technique with embossing ink and chalk ink. Thank you so much for joining me today on Studio SN. For more ideas and inspiration, please do stop by my website at saranaumann.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.